Welcome to District Command Central, your go-to source for the latest news and updates on the Washington Commanders. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a play. There's an electrifying rumor swirling around the NFL world, and it centers on one of the most talked about pass rushers in the league, ZA'DARIUS Smith. Word on the street is that Smith is poised to join the Washington Commanders, a move that could send shockwaves through the NFC East and alter the balance of power in the conference. Imagine a defensive front spearheaded by Smith, whose relentless pursuit of quarterbacks has made him a nightmare for offenses year after year. The Commanders, long hungry for a dominant defensive presence to disrupt opposing QBs, may finally be ready to pull the trigger on a deal that could transform their defense into a feared unit. Washington's defensive coordinator would undoubtedly be salivating at the prospect of deploying Smith's unique blend of speed, power, and technique against the league's elite quarterbacks. The buzz in Washington is growing louder, with insiders hinting that the team is aggressively courting Smith, hoping to lure him away from his current squad and bring his talents to the nation's capital. Fans and analysts alike are speculating about the implications of this potential signing, especially as it relates to the Commanders' divisional rivals. The timing couldn't be more intriguing given the ongoing quarterback battles and the fierce competition in the NFC East. ZA'DARIUS Smith's arrival in Washington could set the stage for some intense showdowns, particularly against the Philadelphia Eagles. Everyone knows Jalen Hurts is a rising star with incredible mobility and playmaking ability, but with Smith prowling the edge, the dynamics of that matchup could shift dramatically. The question on everyone's lips is whether the Commanders can convince Smith to sign on the dotted line and bring his elite pass rushing skills to a defense desperately in need of a game changer. This potential acquisition would not only bolster Washington's front seven, but also send a message across the league that the Commanders are serious about contending. While no official announcement has been made, sources close to the situation suggest that negotiations are in an advanced stage, fueling speculation that this blockbuster signing could be imminent. The NFL offseason is heating up, and if this deal goes through, it might just be the headline-grabbing move that sets Washington apart from the pack. Keep an eye on this developing story, because ZA'DARIUS Smith to the Commanders might just be the game changer the franchise has been searching for to shake up the NFC East hierarchy once and for all. The prospect of ZA'DARIUS Smith joining the Washington Commanders is creating quite a stir in the NFL community, and the ripple effects of such a move could be monumental. Smith's reputation as an elite pass rusher precedes him. His ability to apply pressure consistently and sack quarterbacks has been a defining feature of his career. If he indeed signs with Washington, the Commanders' defense could elevate from average to exceptional, particularly on the edges where Smith excels. This addition would provide the team with a much-needed edge rusher to disrupt opposing offenses and, more importantly, to challenge top-tier quarterbacks in their division. The NFC East, home to powerhouse offenses led by dynamic quarterbacks, would suddenly face a formidable obstacle in Smith's relentless pursuit of the quarterback. Washington has struggled in recent years to maintain defensive consistency, often faltering against aggressive offenses. However, Smith's arrival could mark a turning point, injecting new energy and skill into the defensive unit. The potential matchup between Smith and Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles is especially tantalizing. Hurts has dazzled fans with his dual threat capability, often escaping pressure and turning broken plays into big gains. Smith's ability to contain mobile quarterbacks could be the key to slowing Hurts down and giving Washington's defense a much-needed edge in the rivalry. Beyond the NFC East implications, Smith's presence on the Commanders roster could have a broader impact on the team's strategy and identity. Defensive coordinator Jonathan Allen would have a premier weapon to design schemes around enabling more creative blitz packages and stunts that could confuse opposing offensive lines. The mere threat of Smith rushing off the edge could force offenses to adjust their protection schemes, opening opportunities for other defenders to make plays. Speculation about Smith's signing has been fueled by reports of mutual interest and ongoing talks suggesting that both the player and the team see a promising fit. While nothing is set in stone, the momentum seems to be building toward a potential agreement. Fans are already buzzing about the transformation this signing could bring, hoping it signals a new era of competitiveness for the Commanders. Analysts are weighing the pros and cons, debating how Smith's skill set fits within Washington's defensive framework. There's also the question of how the financials will play out, as the team will need to balance salary cap considerations with a desire to land a top-tier talent. Nonetheless, the possibility of ZA'DARIUS Smith donning the burgundy and gold is enough to ignite excitement and anticipation across the fan base. As the offseason progresses, eyes will be on Washington, waiting for confirmation that this blockbuster signing is official. If it happens, expect the Commanders to become a much tougher opponent, especially in divisional play, where every sack and quarterback hit can tilt the balance of power. The rumors continue to swirl, but one thing is clear: ZA'DARIUS Smith to the Commanders is a storyline worth following closely, as it develops into what could be one of the biggest moves of the NFL offseason. If the rumors hold any weight, the Washington Commanders might have just found a missing piece in their defensive puzzle by targeting ZA'DARIUS Smith, a pass rusher known for his relentless motor and game-changing plays. The buzz around the league is that Washington is deep in talks to sign Smith, a move that could dramatically shift the trajectory of their defense heading into the next season. Smith's skill set is well documented. He combines power, technique, and experience to get to the quarterback in ways few defenders can. His presence on the field forces offenses to adapt their protection schemes, often freeing up teammates to make plays. For the Commanders, who have struggled to consistently pressure quarterbacks, adding a player of Smith's caliber could be transformative. The rumor mill suggests that Washington's front office sees this as a golden opportunity to upgrade their defense without having to invest heavily in a rookie or unproven talent. Smith's experienced track record could provide immediate dividends. The timing of this potential signing is also significant, as the Commanders prepare to face the likes of Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles twice a year. Hurts' elusive style and ability to extend plays have troubled many defenses, but Smith's tenacity and discipline could be the countermeasure the Commanders need. The potential matchups between Smith and Hurts are already generating excitement among fans and pundits alike, who foresee a high-stakes chess match unfolding in the NFC East. Beyond the field, the signing could energize the entire Washington locker room, signaling the team's commitment to building a competitive roster. It could also shift the narrative around the Commanders from perennial underdogs to legitimate contenders. Financially, it appears the Commanders are ready to invest the necessary resources, seeing Smith as a value signing that could provide top-tier production without breaking the bank. Sources close to the negotiations hint that discussions have been productive, with both parties optimistic about reaching an agreement soon. The media frenzy around the potential deal is a testament to Smith's impact on the game and how highly he is valued. As the story develops, fans will be eager for confirmation, knowing that the addition of Smith could be the spark the Commanders need to turn their fortunes around and make a real statement in the NFC East and beyond. This rumor has the makings of one of the biggest offseason surprises, and it's one that could reshape the defensive landscape of the league for years to come. The NFL offseason is a breeding ground for buzz and speculation, and right now all signs point to a blockbuster acquisition by the Washington Commanders that could change the game for them defensively. Rumors have been swirling that ZA'DARIUS Smith, one of the league's premier pass rushers, is set to sign with Washington, a move that has fans and analysts alike buzzing with excitement. Smith's ability to wreak havoc on opposing quarterbacks is well known, and his presence on the Commanders' defensive line would be a massive upgrade. Washington has been searching for a dominant edge rusher to anchor their defense, and Smith fits the bill perfectly. His blend of size, speed, and experience makes him a nightmare matchup for offensive tackles and a critical piece in pressuring quarterbacks. The buzz in DC suggests the team is making a serious push to land Smith, and insiders hint that negotiations are progressing smoothly. The timing of this potential signing couldn't be better, as the Commanders prepare to face tough offenses in their division, including Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles. Hurts has been a revelation in the NFL, combining mobility and arm talent to keep defenses off balance. Adding Smith to the mix could provide Washington with the edge they need to contain Hurts and disrupt his rhythm. The prospect of these two star players going head-to-head twice a year adds a thrilling subplot to the NFC East rivalry. Beyond the on-field impact, Smith's arrival could transform the Commanders' defensive identity, providing a veteran leader and a game-changer who elevates those around him. The media and fans have latched onto the rumor, creating a buzz that has permeated every corner of NFL coverage. While nothing is official, yet sources close to the negotiations believe a deal could be imminent. The Commanders' front office appears committed to doing whatever it takes to bring Smith aboard, recognizing his potential to be a cornerstone player. The buzz around this rumor continues to grow, and if it comes to fruition, it could be the defining move of the offseason, signaling Washington's intent to compete at the highest level and disrupt the NFC East power balance. The possibility of ZA'DARIUS Smith signing with the Washington Commanders is generating significant buzz, not only because of his elite pass rushing prowess, but also due to the timing and strategic implications for the team. Smith is known for his relentless pressure on quarterbacks and his ability to impact games in critical moments. The rumor that Washington is closing in on securing his services has caused a surge of optimism among fans who have long awaited a defensive game-changer. The Commanders have had their struggles in the pass rush department, often allowing opposing quarterbacks too much time to operate. Bringing Smith into the fold could remedy that deficiency and provide a much-needed boost to their defensive unit. The team's defensive coordinator is reportedly eager to integrate Smith into the scheme, which could open up new possibilities for blitz packages and coverage adjustments that keep offenses guessing. This strategic flexibility could be especially valuable against divisional foes like the Philadelphia Eagles, who boast a potent offense led by the dynamic Jalen Hurts. Hurts' ability to escape pressure and extend plays has frustrated defenses across the league, but Smith's presence might be the counterbalance Washington needs. The matchup between these two stars has quickly become one of the most anticipated in the NFC East, adding another layer of intrigue to the rivalry. Reports indicate that negotiations between Smith and the Commanders are at an advanced stage, with both sides expressing optimism about reaching a deal. While the financial details remain under wraps, it's clear that Washington is prepared to invest in a player they believe can elevate their defense to elite status. The potential signing has energized the fan base and created a buzz around the team's off-season activities. Analysts are dissecting what Smith's arrival could mean for the Commanders' defensive rankings and their overall competitiveness. As the rumor mill heats up, all eyes are on Washington, waiting to see if this anticipated move will come to fruition and usher in a new era of defensive dominance. There's a growing sense of anticipation surrounding the NFL offseason, and the latest rumor out of Washington could be the spark that ignites the Commanders' defensive resurgence. ZA'DARIUS Smith, one of the league's most feared pass rushers, is reportedly very close to agreeing to a deal with the Commanders, according to insiders. If this signing comes to pass, it would mark a significant turning point for a defense that has struggled to consistently pressure the quarterback in recent seasons. Smith's impact on the field is undeniable. He possesses a rare combination of power, speed, and technique that makes him a disruptive force against any offensive line. Washington's defensive staff is reportedly excited at the prospect of adding such a high-caliber player who could serve as the focal point of their pass rush. This move could also have strategic implications, allowing the Commanders to dial up more aggressive defensive schemes that capitalize on Smith's talents. Perhaps the most compelling storyline here is the potential for Smith to help contain Jalen Hurts, the Philadelphia Eagles' electrifying quarterback who has caused headaches for many defenses with his mobility and playmaking ability. Hurts and Smith facing off twice a year could become one of the most captivating rivalries in the NFC East. Fans are already buzzing about the matchups, wondering how the Commanders' defensive upgrades might disrupt the Eagles' offensive rhythm. Behind the scenes, sources say the negotiations are progressing well, with both sides eager to finalize terms. The Commanders' willingness to invest significant resources in Smith suggests they see him as a cornerstone player capable of transforming their defense. This potential acquisition has created a wave of excitement among the Washington fan base, who have long yearned for a defensive star to lead the charge. The rumor has captured the imagination of analysts and commentators who are already speculating on the broader implications for the NFC East. As the offseason unfolds, all eyes will remain on Washington to see if this high-profile signing becomes reality, potentially setting the stage for a renewed era of defensive dominance and increased competitiveness within the division. If you're enjoying the coverage, make sure to smash that like button and drop a comment with your thoughts on the Commanders' latest moves. We want to hear from you. The NFL rumor mill is in overdrive, as reports indicate that ZA'DARIUS Smith is close to joining the Washington Commanders, a move that could dramatically alter the team's defensive landscape. Smith is widely regarded as one of the most effective pass rushers in the league, known for his relentless pursuit and ability to disrupt opposing quarterbacks. For Washington, this signing could be exactly what the defense needs to evolve from middling to elite. The Commanders have struggled in recent years to generate consistent pressure off the edge, and Smith's arrival would address this glaring weakness. The implications of this potential signing are significant, particularly in the context of the fierce NFC East rivalry. The Philadelphia Eagles, led by the talented Jalen Hurts, have been a dominant force with Hurts' dual-threat capability, challenging defenses on every snap. Smith's presence on the edge could be the defensive game-changer Washington needs to contain Hurts' impact and shift the competitive balance. Speculation suggests that Washington's front office and coaching staff view Smith as a perfect fit, both for his skill set and his veteran leadership qualities. The rumor has sparked intense debate among analysts who are weighing the potential benefits against the financial and roster implications. Some question whether the Commanders can afford to make a big splash in free agency, but many agree that adding Smith could elevate the defense to a new level. Sources close to the negotiations say talks are ongoing and that both parties are optimistic about reaching a deal. The excitement around this potential signing is palpable, with fans eagerly awaiting official confirmation. If the rumor proves true, the Commanders would send a strong message that they are serious contenders ready to take on the NFC East and beyond. The upcoming matchups against the Eagles would gain an extra layer of intensity as Smith's arrival sets the stage for a high-stakes showdown with Hurts. This story is developing fast, and it could be the headline-grabbing move that defines the Commanders offseason. The buzz surrounding ZA'DARIUS Smith's possible move to the Washington Commanders is picking up steam, and the ramifications for the team could be profound. Smith's track record as a pass rusher is impressive, and his ability to consistently pressure quarterbacks has made him a highly sought-after player. If the Commanders secure his services, it would represent a significant upgrade to their defensive line and a potential turning point for the franchise. Washington has been on the lookout for a dominant edge rusher, and Smith fits the profile perfectly. The rumors suggest that the team's management is deeply invested in bringing Smith aboard and views him as a cornerstone for their defensive rebuild. The timing of this rumor is particularly interesting as the Commanders gear up to face divisional rivals like the Philadelphia Eagles, whose dynamic quarterback Jalen Hurts has caused problems for many defenses. Smith's presence could provide the Commanders with a strategic advantage, giving them the tools to contain Hurts and disrupt his rhythm. The potential matchups between these two players are generating considerable excitement, adding an intriguing subplot to the NFC East rivalry. Reports indicate that negotiations are moving forward steadily, with both sides optimistic about reaching an agreement. The financial details remain undisclosed, but it's believed that the Commanders are prepared to offer a competitive deal to land Smith. The media and fan speculation continues to grow, with many viewing this as a key move that could redefine the Commanders' defensive identity. This rumor has captured the imagination of NFL observers who see it as a signal that Washington is serious about competing at a higher level. If the signing is finalized, it would not only bolster the defense, but also energize the entire franchise and fan base. The coming weeks will be critical as this story unfolds, with the possibility that ZA'DARIUS Smith in burgundy and gold becomes a reality, reshaping the landscape of the NFC East and setting up some thrilling matchups in the seasons to come. As the NFL offseason intensifies, the possibility of ZA'DARIUS Smith joining the Washington Commanders has become one of the hottest topics among fans and pundits. Smith's reputation as a premier pass rusher is well earned, and his addition could represent a seismic shift for Washington's defensive fortunes. The rumor has gained traction, fueled by insider reports that the Commanders are actively pursuing Smith and that negotiations are in an advanced stage. This potential signing would give Washington a player capable of changing the complexion of games with his relentless pressure and ability to sack quarterbacks. The impact on the Commanders' defensive scheme could be substantial, allowing for more aggressive tactics and providing a leader who can inspire the unit. The prospect of Smith lining up against Jalen Hurts and the Philadelphia Eagles adds an exciting narrative to the NFC East rivalry. Hurts' mobility and playmaking skills have challenged defenses, but Smith's presence could level the playing field. The possibility of these two stars clashing twice a year creates anticipation among fans and analysts who foresee epic battles unfolding on the gridiron. Behind the scenes, the Commanders' management is reportedly prepared to invest the necessary resources to secure Smith's services, underscoring their commitment to becoming contenders. The rumor has sparked widespread discussion about the team's future and how this signing might elevate their competitiveness. Financial considerations and roster logistics are still being worked out, but the momentum appears to favor a deal. Fans are eagerly awaiting official confirmation, hoping this move signals the start of a new era. If the rumor materializes, Washington could emerge as a defensive powerhouse, with Smith leading the charge against their division rivals. This story remains one of the most compelling of the offseason, and its unfolding will be closely watched by the entire NFL community. The NFL rumor mill is buzzing louder than ever, with talk that ZA'DARIUS Smith is on the verge of signing with the Washington Commanders, a move that could redefine the team's defensive capabilities. Smith's prowess as an edge rusher is well documented, and his ability to disrupt quarterbacks has made him a highly coveted player. The Commanders, in search of a dominant pass rusher, appear to have identified Smith as the perfect fit to anchor their defensive line. Reports suggest that negotiations between Smith and Washington are progressing well, and a deal could be announced soon. This potential signing carries significant implications, especially for the NFC East, where the Commanders face stiff competition from teams led by dynamic quarterbacks like Jalen Hurts of the Philadelphia Eagles. Smith's arrival could give Washington the firepower needed to pressure Hurts and tilt the balance in their favor. The anticipation surrounding this move is palpable, with fans speculating about the strategic changes Smith would bring to the defense. Analysts are already projecting how Smith's presence might impact the Commanders' playoff chances and their overall performance. Financial details remain under wraps, but sources say Washington is prepared to make a significant investment. This rumor is rapidly gaining momentum, and if confirmed, could be the blockbuster move that transforms the Commanders' defense and makes them legitimate contenders in the NFC. Thanks for tuning into District Command Central. Make sure to subscribe and follow us for all the Commanders news you need. Until next time, keep the faith and hail to the Commanders.